Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Today we will jump into the intense match between Bastard Munchen and the Ubers as we go over chapter 228. I know that I made a big jump between the chapters, but I thought that starting off at the latest one would be the best thing. So without further ado, please subscribe to the channel if you are new, and also join the Discord down in the description. And with that, let's jump right in. We start chapter 228 off, with Barou being in control of the ball, as he's standing in front of both Kaiser and Isagi. Isagi thinks that Barou only has two options, which are to either shoot the ball near the post or far from the post. Gagamaru is also already in position, so if he manages to get the timing right, he can stop it. Not to mention that Kaiser is also here, which makes both of Barou's shooting angles weakened, leaving Isagi with a huge 50-50 gamble, but he's still confident that he can crush him. But just then, Barou goes a cut into the side, and as he does that, Snuffies comes out and asks him what's wrong, telling him to shoot and calling him a delusional wannabe king. Adding on by saying that it would be a shame if Barou was looking for help from Snuffy, and that Barou won't be able to achieve anything if he goes down that route. However, Barou tells him to shut up, and says that since coming to Bluelock, he's become painfully aware of how he wants to change the world, and if there's no thorny or destructive path for him to walk on, then he will simply just have to create one himself. Isagi is quickly on his tail as he understands that what Barou did before wasn't a cut inside, but instead a way for him to set up his shot. We get back to Barou, who's still rambling on and says that I don't live for some lukewarm predetermined future, but instead that he will become king while still being an unruly brat. But in the future, if he still can't become the world's #1 king, then he will at least die an honorable death. Barou doesn't shoot anywhere where Isagi predicted, as he instead shoots the ball under both Isagi's and Kaiser's legs, resulting in a mind-blowing double nutmeg. Gagamaru is shocked as he says that there's no way he can save it, and even Aiku adds on by saying that this wasn't a designed play, but instead a total gamble shot. The ball is quickly arriving at Snuffy. Even so, Barou tells him to move as this is his future. And move he does by putting his strong core against Noah's, which makes him useless, and which also lets the ball go under his leg as well, making an outstanding and honestly mind-blowing triple nutmeg, which Gagamaru understandably has no way of saving as the ball goes in and gives both the Ubers and Barou his second goal of the match. You can barely see the text, but I think it says, "Destroying all that dares to stand in his way, the unruly tyrannical brat ties the game with a thunderous second goal." As the world reacts to that fantastic goal, King Barou emerges as the game's leading protagonist and villain. Now the next chapter is called Underdog, which doesn't tell us much really. I don't know if they are wanting us to think of Barou or the whole of Ubers as an underdog, but I doubt that as they have been showcased as a very strong team, and Barou always being shown as a top striker. So I believe that it's someone who isn't playing right now, and the one in my mind would be Hiyori. If we could see him come onto the pitch in the next chapter, I would be so happy, as I've been dreaming of this day ever since he and Isagi played together in the 3rd selection arc. Anyway, surrounding this chapter, I would say that I'm honestly at a loss of words. Every goal we have gotten in these past matches has been incredible, but this might just take the gold medal. Because honestly, think about it. Nutmegging 3 people is beyond crazy at this point, and not to mention that all of this was just a gamble created by Barou, which he just wanted to try out. Also, I've seen a lot of speculations about Barou scoring another hat trick this match and giving the Ubers the win. Personally, I don't really believe this theory, but I'm really interested in hearing what you think about it, and if you think that the Ubers will come out as the winners. Other than that, I don't really know what more to say about this chapter, as it wasn't much to go over. I personally think that the chapters feel a bit shorter, or that they at least have less dialogue, which makes it harder to talk about it. But I also thought that Noah kind of has been missing in this match. Like he hasn't really done anything yet. Now remember the yet, as I feel like he has to at least do something this match. However, when Isagi asked him how to beat Snuffy, he straight up said that he had no idea, which was funny, but disappointing that he didn't have a solution for stopping him. And not to mention now when he basically just let Barou score. I know that Snuffy was in his way, but come on, he could at least have done something. Now on the topic of Snuffy, I really liked his kind of psychological strategy with Barou, as he was just trash-talking him when he made that fake cutout. I think that Snuffy wanted to test and see how much he could really bring out of Barou by making him fired up and also triggering him a bit. Not to mention the way Barou just made him move for the sake of his goal was sick. Snuffy also could have just stolen the goal of him, but instead, he gave it to Barou as the good master he is, and it would really have been a letdown if he just stopped the ball and kicked it in. Something which I thought of now is that the series has really been lacking in scorpion kicks. The only one I can remember is that Gagamaru made one in the 1st selection arc, but since then, I don't remember any. And for me, I think that scorpion kicks are extremely cool, and I would love to see someone do it. Realistically, it's probably gonna be either Shidu or Nagi who makes it, but I hope that we get one. But yeah, this is just my thoughts on it, but please leave your thoughts and theories down in the comments as I love reading them. And if you like Blue Lock and videos like this, then I would highly suggest you subscribe to this channel. And while you are at it, leave a comment and a like as it helps out with the algorithm a ton. And if you are curious to see another video of mine, then please watch the video which will be popping up on the screen now. Anyway, thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye.